Hello and welcome to my campervan kitchen, although as you can probably see this week I'm not actually in my van. This week I'm house sitting, or more to the point, I'm dog sitting. This is Sammy and he is determined to interfere with my cooking today, so we'll see how we get on. So today I'm cooking another delicious Thai meal. Today I'm cooking Goong Pad Makam, or tamarind shrimp. Goong is shrimp, pad is stir fry, and makam is tamarind. If you like sweet and sour dishes, you're gonna love this one, although this isn't like your typical sweet and sour that you get from the Chinese takeaway or those crappy little jars in the supermarket. This has got a little bit more, well, this has got a lot more quality to it. Let's look at the ingredients. So I'm going to start off with a herb paste. The herb paste is going to consist of chilies. You don't have to put chilies in if you don't want to. I like it a little bit spicy, but you can omit those if you like. I'm going to use garlic. I've got some coriander stems. You can use coriander root if you wish, although I think it tends to be a little bit overpowering in this meal. And I've got shallot. All of these I'm going to make a paste in the mortar and pestle. For the sauce, I've got a couple of tablespoons of fish sauce. I've got some vegetable stock. You can use water if you like, but there's no real flavour in water. And of course tamarind. Tamarind, if you've not seen it before, you can buy it in a little tub like so. I'm also going to use some palm sugar. You can use white granulated if you insist, but to be honest, this dish calls for the extra flavour that palm sugar gives you. And of course, I'm using shrimp. For garnish, I've got some coriander, I've got some red and green chilies, and some fried crispy onion. Okay, let's get started. So in the mortar and pestle goes my garlic. I'm going to chop the chilies just to make it easier, because the skin on the chilies tends to be a little bit tough and difficult to make into a paste. And same goes for the coriander root or stem, as that can be a little bit stringy and difficult to make into a paste. And I'm going to chop the shallot. So in my mortar and pestle I've got chopped chilies, the coriander stems, and the shallots, and the garlic. And I'm just going to make a rough paste with those. I'm using a different mortar and pestle to my own. I don't really, because I'm just used to my own, or I don't quite like this. So that's what I'm looking for, just a rough paste. I'll put a little bit of oil in the pan. In with the paste. Then I'm just going to saute that for a couple of minutes until I get a nice pungent aroma. Whew. That's strong. Next I'm going to go in with the stock, the fish sauce, and the tamarind. Might actually put a little bit more tamarind in than that. Let's see what it's like. Yeah, I definitely need more tamarind than that. And of course, the palm sugar. And you just want to dissolve that sugar. This smells amazing. Alright, let's give that a taste. Okay, that is delicious, but it's still a little bit tart. So I'm going to put some more palm sugar in there. Just give that another taste. Oh yes, that is perfect. Now normally when I would be cooking a meal and using a protein or meat, I would put the meat in right early on in the dish, but because I'm using shrimp and it only takes literally a minute or two to cook, I'm putting it in at the end. And they literally take just a few minutes to cook. Just going to put a few chilies in. You can always use sweet peppers if you don't want to put chilies in, but you really do need that pop of colour that the chilies will give you. Put a bit of chopped coriander in there as well. And that is it. All I've got to do now is serve with rice, which is now cooked. Just add some chilies. And some crispy fried onions. And I'm going to put some on the side there. Some coriander. Tamarind shrimp. Delicious. Okay, let's give it a try. Oh yeah, try and get a bit of everything. Oh, I think that's the best I've ever made. Although I'll probably say that every time I make it. It is absolutely delicious. Thank you for watching.